So it took 9 months to re-release the same exact palette, but shrunken. Really?
All you hear is gossip. Man, all I hear is gossip. Yeah, man, call it gossip.
James Charles released the James Charles X Morphe mini collection, and it is literally the same exact palette from his previous collection, except that now it is smaller. He said that there was feedback that he was receiving from customers, and there were 3 main things that people were complaining about. He said the first one was the size of the palette, that there was no mirror, and the price. So he decided that this would be a perfect way to cater to those issues by making a palette that is the exact same, but now it is smaller, easier to travel, and it will have a mirror, and of course it will be a bit cheaper. Now, what people are up in arms about is that there's no logical reason as to why they would re-release the exact same colors. A lot of people have said it's a cash grab because it's unoriginal. It doesn't make logical sense why anyone who has the big size would get the smaller size. I mean, if it had different shades, different colors, then that would have been a lot more interesting than what they did. So a lot of people have been up in arms about how unoriginal it is. Now, if you don't know, last month, Wet n Wild released their new 40 palette, and James Charles basically accused them of copying, and it became this whole big drama. Even Wet n Wild responded with, well, we certainly didn't copy the price in that they were much cheaper, and it got to the point where it was rumored that he was going to sue Wet n Wild. However, the thing is, yes, they are similar, and all of these palettes, not only is the Wet n Wild similar, there's a fantasy palette that people are like, this looks familiar too. And the thing is that they are probably not coming up with their own products. Like, he didn't create the palette. He was probably given samples, and the manufacturer that Morphe uses is probably the same as several of these other companies. So that's basically the tea on that. But a lot of people are saying that he was probably up in arms because he knew that this little Morphe, the James Charles X Morphe mini collection was coming out, and that's probably why he was so upset that it was so similar. And now the fact of the matter is that his mini collection is supposed to be a cheaper, more affordable version, but if it's the same exact as the Wet n Wild is definitely much cheaper. So now we understand why he was up in arms about them releasing a palette that was so similar to theirs. I mean, to be honest, if James Charles wanted to be innovative, this was not it. He needs to go back to the drawing board and try to come up with some interesting color palettes that we would be excited for. No one's excited about a mini release of the same exact thing. Come on now, James Charles. The last thing that people felt was pretty unoriginal. At the very end of the video, he has a paint brush crown, and people felt that it was very reminiscent to the makeup brush crown that Jaclyn Hill got, and they felt like it was unoriginal and copying again. What do you guys think? I'm not so sure if I feel the same on this one, just because yes, it's a crown, but they have different styles in the crown. I like both crowns, and I find them to be pretty cool. And it's like, okay, Jaclyn Hill did it, so no one else can do it. I don't know. let me know down below what you think. I will catch you guys down in the comments. Bye.
Man, call it gossip.